There he is. Just been hearing from Marcel. And what a trophy that is as well. Let's rejoin Stephen Hendry and John Parrott.
Yes, thank you, Jason. And obviously 5 more frames to be played this evening. And
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
I think Kyren Wilson probably needs to win this particular session, at least 3-2. Match time 3 hours 43, and the average frame time, well, 18 minutes, which is a little bit on the slow side for Ronnie O'Sullivan matches. And that time 20 seconds and 28. I mean, you consider that first round match against Tep Chaya was all done 10 frames to 1 in 1 hour and 40 odd minutes. It's incredible.
One.
It was a typical Kyren Wilson long pot. Cue ball was doing a steeplechase on the way down to that red. Incredible. Not a nice situation where obviously the black has to go back up for blue or bolt colour here.
Six.
Want to get a nice angle on the blue from this, because I say, if you can cannon into that pink with that red next to it, it's virtually guaranteed to open up that bunch. And it might even
12
have a red at the back that might flick the black into play. You never know. But that pink and red, which is like a plant onto the apex, has certainly got to open a few balls out. The cue ball slightly, a little bit too far. That's what he'd be trying to play for, that pink. Yeah, it was just a slightly more difficult pot, wasn't it? Because the cue ball had gone too far up the table. Missed the blue, missed the cannon. Quite know what to expect at the minute. Oh, very strange exchange where he just continued to play for the snookers before the mid-session interval. I have no idea what's coming next.
1.
Did he know that was there? No. A nice little bonus.
Yeah, nice little bit of flukage there. Can he capitalise? Wow, this is a wonderful shot. Just actually been a bit unlucky there, because this is a horrible angle on the reds. He just wanted to stop high on the red. Great effort. He'd love to be in the red just to the left of the black spot. Well, the one that I just mentioned, they may have a gap here, natural gap. Let's go back up the table. No, he thought there was. Now what'd you do? Do you take the green on? Miss it and the cue ball comes back down the table. That would be a brave shot, but the fact he's walking around to the bulkhead says to me he's not going to take it on.
Yeah, he showed a little bit of patience in the last frame, didn't he, when could have been forgiven for taking something on. And been a little bit more prudent.
Bramble.
Yeah, perhaps a pot to look at when you're 8-4 ahead, but not 8-4 down.
Kyren Wilson, 5.
Not the best shot. I think he's left this red for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Although the path the cue ball is going to take, can he avoid the other reds? Oh, he's aiming down on the cue ball, so I'm getting a bit of stun on it. But he just hasn't even been getting close to those kind of shots when he's had to put a bit of power, a bit of action on the cue ball.
Well, this is a big old shot. Far from easy, this.
Well, especially as with the cushions being fast, the pockets playing a little bit nippy. Well played. Just sounds it seems to be getting a little bit of confidence.
Well, I'm pretty sure he'll be getting encouraged by what he's seen from the opposition. Wasn't even close with the last long pot. That'll help. Just
9.
about. Yeah. Right, shake of the head there. Nearly missed it. The double kiss.
You could decide to put red and black here. Let's get the cue ball in bulk somewhere behind the yellow. Could lay a good snooker behind the blue.
Yep.
Decent angle on the black to get there. Looks a natural.
Yep, every chance. Wow, amazing.
Sullivan, 1.
Boy, do these pockets look nippy now. I mean, that black was okay. Might still miss, but that looked not a million miles away from a pot.
2. 5. 9.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan made a 51 break. Frame 10 to go 8-2 ahead. I don't
14.
know what his highest break is since then, but there's not many. And Kyren Wilson, without being absolutely spectacular,
Frame.
has won another frame. Sullivan's got to get kick-started again. That's why he's leaving the auditorium. Kyren Wilson pulls another one back, and he trails by 8 frames to 5.
One.
And that's a good pot from distance. And Ronnie O'Sullivan. Big ask to win the frame at this visit. And again, another ping off the cushion there. That black cushion is...
8.
I wouldn't say it's unplayable yet, but it's certainly getting there.
9.
Yeah, may have been doing Kyren an injustice if that's certainly the case, not to leave himself level on the black. Does seem to be pinging off there.
Sixteen. Seventeen.
Looks pretty close to be a natural on this black. Take the red out.
24. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 24.
Yeah, he's behind in the frame, but still another dangerous one for Kyren, this. Oh, what a pot that is.
1.
Now, black isn't easy, and pink looks like a natural enough. Maybe a little thin. The pink might not be enough, but it's not easy, so it's back to the black, is it? Having a look at it. No, it is the pink. So he's happy that it's not in an off, or he wouldn't be playing it. Yeah, he's digging down, actually. And because he was digging down, he missed the ball. So the in-off was on.
Kyren Wilson.
Well, maybe he just played the snooker, Stephen. Yeah, that was a big second prize he got there. So much so
Foul.
that Ronnie now needs a snooker.
Kyren Wilson, 4.
From that position, unless you can forge ahead, it's really tough to keep your opponent really under wraps and keep on potting frame after frame. Somewhere down the line, you ease up mentally. It's tough to fight against that.
They think it's all over. Maybe it's not.
Doesn't look it, Jason, does it? 8-2 to 8-5. And Ronnie's, well, at the moment, looking very rocky. And I mentioned a break of 51 to go 8-2. His highest break since then is 15.
Yeah, I mean, I know he was 8-2 ahead. He's still 8-5 in front. But this is the worst I've ever seen Ronnie O'Sullivan play in a final of the World Championship. By a long way. It's not beyond the realms of possibility that Kyren could get out of this session 9-8 in front, you know.
Well, someone somewhere did say he's there for the taking. We shall see. One thing is for sure, he'll be getting encouraged by this, Kyren. all the more important to keep hold of that cue ball.
6.
Because he's going to get chances the way this is going.
Seven. Nine.
Yeah, came down side of the table, just wasn't particularly bothered about the cue ball length. He knew this was a plant. Back up for
10.
blue. Just have to pull up a little bit.
Now, if this black cushion, as it seems to be, is very springy, this is if he's going to play off the cushion here, this is actually a tricky shot to judge. He could lose the cue ball here. He might go into the pink just to kill the pace of the cue ball. Let's see where the cue ball ends up. Yeah, it's not too bad. He's controlled it nicely. Wants to get that black into play as soon as possible. This has to be hit very well. Pots the red into the wrong side of the pocket. He cannons it black.
Yeah, first look, this has got to be pure, hasn't it?
I suppose if he hits it bad enough, he could possibly promote the black to the left corner pocket, but he's gone against this red.
Yeah, I like this choice better. Take that out the equation.
16.
Yeah, he's got that momentum, so doesn't want to be taking silly risks that he doesn't have to. Just stay at the table. Stay potting balls.
Twenty-one.
Not perfect with the cue ball. That shot coming down from the blue. So I'm going to have to clip this one in.
Twenty-two.
Yeah, good shot. He just needs to land on the red better than he has done on a couple of occasions so far in this break. Been slightly off when he's come down. How's it now, Kyren? Is that better?
27.
That is such a bad shot. I can't even give him benefit of anything there. You cannot get the cannon on the red. Had to screw that more to come wide.
Bramble. Kyren Wilson, 28.
Big opportunity missed there with that one poor positional shot. Yep, Ronnie's all over the shop at the minute. Far too thick. Have to gap through the middle. Kyren just needs to keep the cue ball tighter. If he can do that, he's going to win a few frames here.
1.
Okay, this is the only loose red available. So after this,
5.
cannon into the bunch. I'll make sure he guarantees himself a good angle here.
Six.
So we've seen a shot earlier when he went into the pack in the first frame, actually, that the cue ball stuck into the reds because he didn't have enough zip on the cue ball. Let's see if he can get the cue ball out of there this time. He has done. He's okay.
Yeah, I'll give a lot more pace and that zip you were on about, and he'll be delighted to see that
13.
that'd go over the middle pocket. Here it is. So, can Ronnie O'Sullivan win at least one of the frames? So that guarantee a lead. That's all about finding something when your game's not there, because for the last few frames he's not been at the races. And his opponent has spotted twice as many balls as he has in this session. Big shot coming up here. Red that's at the back of the black is a little bit awkward, but Ronnie might be able to play this in such a way that he avoids it and goes through the gap. He's having a little think about that. He couldn't avoid it, but what a shot he's played there. Has he sparked into life?
Well, he's an inspirational snooker player, and maybe that shot will just give him a little bit of inspiration. Just seems to be
8.
flat. Well, I have to say, for the majority of this final so far today, he's looked a bit flat.
9.
Good pot, and the red
14.
that's just below the pink is available.
$15. $21. $22.
Not the cannon he would have liked, so a little bit closer with the cue ball to the cushion. Hit that well.
But again, that was a strange bounce off the cushion
29.
there. Came up very square. from not much angle on the black.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 29. One.
And this was it's a tricky little shot because you've got one eye on the position. You can see the cue ball's cannon into the black, so you've got one eye on the cannon, and it's very easy to take your eye off the pot. But you could see Ronnie's dejection going back to his chair
8.
after he missed it.
Nine.
And that looks like end of break.
16.
The cannon he wanted. Tricky enough pot on the black, but once it's hit that and skimmed off, never going to be on a red.
43. $44.
It seems a strange thing to say about someone that's still going to be 8-6 ahead, but it's a test. How badly does Ronnie want to compete
51.
in this? How much does he want to come out of this
52.
session with a decent lead? I mean, if you win in the last 3 frames, you could still come out with a 5-frame advantage.
58. And a frame.
So another frame. And when we talk about momentum, Kyren Wilson's got it. He only trails by 2 frames now, 8-6.
Received it. What's this one going to be like? Not very close. Definitely struggling with that cue action he's talking about.
One. Foul. Kyren Wilson 1.
The worst
Ronnie
thing that could
O'Sullivan,
have happened. Potted the blue, must have been, and then he's knocked one in the corner. And look at the way he's left them. Yeah, it can happen, but you can't really legislate for that. And if Ronnie O'Sullivan was looking for an easy chance, it's just presented itself.
Well, looking at the reds,
One.
we've talked about the cushions being a bit bouncy, but he hardly needs to use cushions the way these reds are situated.
8. Nine.
Wasn't bothered about sacrificing that red to the black cushion. These 3 open reds with 3 blacks will be enough to secure
16.
this frame.
17.
Yeah, and of course guarantee him a lead for tomorrow, whatever happens in the remaining 2 frames of this evening session. So
24.
definitely be in front tomorrow. Just a matter of by how much.
25. $32. 33. 40. 41. 48.
No, it's not there, but I'm not too bothered about that. After losing the last 4 frames, it's Ronnie O'Sullivan. After Kyren Wilson very unfortunately knocked the red in the...
1. Six.
Well, the red directly above the black pots the left corner, but the cue ball's going to be careering through the reds.
I think he was almost surprised how much topspin he got on that himself. I think, you know, boys are suspecting the table's playing a little bit heavy. I mean, that just zipped around the table to finish there. And because of that, it's end of break.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. 6.
So, another long pot. And he's just an absolute mile away with him. I mean, if anything at the moment, if I was Kyren, I think I'd be leaving them.
The ones where he has to stun, get action on the cue ball, aiming down low on the cue ball, and he's not even getting close.
And during the frame as well, Ken and I here in studio, we were gripped by the television screens. You can't take your eyes off.
You can't
Ken.
take your eyes off. It's fascinating. And you can't take your eyes off Ronnie O'Sullivan either, because you don't know what he's going to do next. But what I will say is Kyren Wilson, of his mindset, I don't think he'll be devastated that happened, but it won't let it affect him. I think he'll be buoyed by how well he's played tonight.
Thank you, chaps. Back to Steve and John.
Yeah, all those emotions you go through in a major final, there'll be plenty of them. But that was a major knock of the red in the corner pocket there arrested his attack at Ronnie O'Sullivan. As I say, 1-4 frames.
Distance potting again. It's becoming more reliable in this match the longer it goes on. He's definitely got that spring in his step.
Yeah, I watched the opening frames this morning from my hotel room, and there's no doubt about it, he was affected by that semi-final. He was very flat coming in today. I mean, you would be some form of human if you weren't affected by that, and through all the emotions you could possibly have.
47.
I think that first session out the way, and getting the encouragement from the fact that Ronnie's not firing, is definitely helping Kyren Wilson this evening.
$54. $55.
And also a good example of Kyren's temperament. Must have been horrified when he saw
62.
that red go in the corner pocket after potting the blue in the last frame, but this is a great response.
63.
He's on a roll there that got arrested, but now looking good again.
$70.
So wants to put another couple of balls just to make sure Ronnie doesn't return to the
71.
table. And well, if he can make his first century break at this final, it'd be even better. What a boost of confidence that will give him going into the final frame.
$77. 78. $85.
Looks odds on now.
$86.
7 centuries he's made so far. You consider he's played one match less than everyone else. It's not a bad total.
$92. $93. $90.
Little ironic smile. The cushions definitely seem to be a bit livelier for whatever reason this evening. Certainly had a ping off the ball cushion, that one. But anyway, yellow for the century. And if you want a man with the rest, it is him. Very well played, Kyren Wilson. Excellent. It's not there,
Kyren
not
Wilson.
bothered. Cracking century break and a brilliant response from Kyren Wilson. That's the frame in very cruel circumstances, the last one. Instead he responds with a century, and now he's only 2 behind.
All star, but if you're Kyren Wilson, you've got to roll with it.
Very nice, Jason. Are you available all week? Yeah, massive frame coming up, but, well, I think whatever happens in it, Stephen, from 8-2 behind, if you'd have said to Kyren Wilson, you'll only be 10-7, even if he loses this frame, he'd have bitten your hand off. But if he can win it, what a bonus that'd be.
Yeah, he's done more than enough, I think. Tonight, this last frame would be a bonus. He's got himself back into a match that he looked out of. Has to be said, though, with a huge chunk of help from his opponent.
Well, that's why Ronnie dropped his head. There's a gap right through the two reds to the one nearest the pocket.
One.
Kyren will take that. You very much, Steve. Good pot that.
Yeah, you've got one player who looks focused, looks up for it, looks determined. And you've got one player who looks like he just wants out of there.
Eight. Nine.
Well, that red that was going closest to the hole managed to pull up. Now, if Ronnie takes this on, that's a big shot, and I can't see him doing it. No. Definitely a refusal. Oh, and what a flick that is. He gets, oh, he's had the ultimate. He's had a flick off the red and a lovely kiss on the brown. What a sickener for him.
Yeah, the last frame that he lost was he went into the bunch of reds and the red went in the corner pocket. It's maybe dealt another blow due to bad fortune.
Five.
Horrible.
Six. Twelve.
Yeah, absolutely nothing you can do about that. Just one of the cruel fates of the game, I'm afraid.
$13.
Can Ronnie find that bit of concentration that's been lacking?
$19. $20. $26.
I the easiest selection of reds here.
27.
All lined up, covering each other into the pocket, so you'll have to figure it out.
$33. $34.
Have that one removed and turned, makes the red that's next to the black potable.
$40.
Wow. You can't believe how big a kick that was. Okay, maybe luck evens itself out. You got a fluke to get. Wow, this is just horrendous, the path that this red took.
I mean, this has just completely gone the wrong way.
One.
He's just amazing.
Eight. Nine.
Yeah, I think it's a case for both players. So have a good night's sleep and come back tomorrow refreshed and everything to play for. Oh, was that just wobbles in?
15.
Pot that great either. There's the pink going in. It does have a wobble before it disappeared. Yeah, the last shot wasn't particularly good.
Did okay to get there, but it needs to be high in this black, so he can't just drop this red in dead weight. It's got to get a little bit stun, and that means you just got to nip the cue ball, especially if the cushions are playing fast. If you're going to play for the black to right corner, he's really got to nip the cue ball nicely here. This isn't an easy shot, and concentrate on the pot at the same time.
Well played.
Yeah. It's one of the best shots we've played tonight, believe it or not. That was quality.
24.
Had to be positive through the cue ball there. Beautiful shot.
Yes, and he's probably one very big shot away from what we term a right result. Gets out of this 9-8. Thinks he's won the pools.
31.
Well, this is the one that's important, you would think.
Kyren Wilson, 31.
That was the one. That's the type of shot that doesn't make you sleep very well.
It wasn't easy because he had to play at pace to get it out, but the way he played the break up to there, I didn't expect him to miss it. Similar kind of shot Ronnie's got here. Just got a little bit of stun on the cue ball. He may decide to bring the cue ball back up the table for pink or blue. Yeah, just played for the black, but he didn't get into the cue ball in the same way Kyren Wilson did. Black isn't easy, but automatic position on the yellow should he get it.
Yeah, plays this properly, you'd think it would be 10-7. There. And something we've done thousands upon thousands of times before. The colours off the spot. We'll see him with a 3-frame lead
10.
Going into tomorrow's final day.
$13. $17.
So just blue and pink. It'll be 3 frames clear
22.
after day 1. It's there.
Okay.
You'll be delighted with that. Ronnie O'Sullivan. The boys took the elbows. The Rocket takes a 10-7 lead, and you can see he'll be delighted with that when he gets back to the hotel. And as for Kyren, well, he was 8-2 down. He'll have taken 10-7 from there, so something for both boys. Interesting first day's play. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't miss it. 10-7 O'Sullivan.